About 1981, I was, used to be a place called the Side Door down at 21st in Guadalupe. And I was playing, and Blaze came by and sat in and did a couple songs, and I bought him a couple beers, and he was getting ready to leave. He said, "I need to borrow a couple of bucks and go up to the hole in the wall." I said, "Well, I'll buy you a couple of beers. You got a couple on the tab because you played here." He said, "No, I got to get to the hole in the wall." I said, "Well, okay." So I loaned him $5, and he came up to the hole in the wall. By the way, Blaze still owes me $5.
Back then you could buy drinks for $5.
Well, the reason that Blaze had to come to the hole in the wall is that was when he and Mandy were an item. And Mandy was playing with somebody up here in the front room. This is probably 1981, I guess. And they'd been together a couple of months, but playing music together, and as she told you, she was kind of helping. These days, Mandy, I think they'd call you an enabler. An enabler. But Blaze had to get up to see Mandy at the hole in the wall because her old boyfriend from upstate New York was coming back to town, and Blaze was a little concerned that that might become a thing, you know.
Yeah.
So, now, I don't know, I wasn't here, but I heard it from a couple of reliable sources. So, Blaze comes up here, and he's trying to convince Mandy about, don't let this old boyfriend come into town, don't, I love you, and he's talking about how much he loves her right out on the street, here on the sidewalk. And Blaze says, I love you so much, I'd lay down on the street in Guadalupe and get run over by a car. And he laid down in the street, right there. And the first car came up and stopped and saw this big old long-haired, bearded guy and
Grizzly bear.
pulled around and kept going. The second car pulled up and saw Blaze lying across the street and pulled around and pulled. And the third car pulled up and the cops got out. And they're putting Blaze, got the cuffs on, they're shoving him in the back seat of the car, and he's turning back to Mandy on that sidewalk right there, saying, see how much I love you.
I loved him too. And we all loved him. We all loved him.
Dark and deep, moody like a river, spoke a poet's tongue. He saw with eyes that cut right to your heart. The sad song made him cry. He always talked about the old man, pictures that moved in the night, like shadows they would dance. He saw the devil and he looked him in the eye, looked him dead in the eye. He always talked about the old man, he would put it on the line. minstrel prince, day that I first saw him. How they sang and laughed and drank, talking about the blues and talking about the music, feeling when it's right. They always talked about the old man, how they'd sit and talk and drink. For the old man, he would put it on the line, running straight to the home. The stakes were high. He saw the devil and he looked him in the eye. He spit right in his eye. He always talked about the old man, how they'd sit and talk and drink. Running straight to the home. Running straight to the home. Running straight to the home. Go straight to the heart.
You probably picked this up from the movie, but John was the one who recorded Blaze's last album. And if it were not for John, we wouldn't be here now. That recording kept Blaze alive, kept his songs alive. And I wanted to add that while he was among us in the flesh, I never sang any of his songs. I don't think anyone did. It almost felt, well, you know, why would you? Because you couldn't touch him. But when I heard that he had died, I was out in Los Angeles. Garth was living out there then too, and a bunch of people. And I was in Topanga Canyon with Lucinda and her boyfriend and a couple other people, and Bob Newirth was there. And I had just found out from Lucinda, actually, called me with the news about Blaze being murdered. And after dinner, we kind of had a guitar around, and I went out in the driveway and figured out picture cards, because I just wanted these people at this dinner thing to know that this person had lived and that he'd written some great songs, and I wanted them to hear one of them. But no one else ever covered his songs for a really long time, except, his good friends. But it was a long, long time, and it was very much thanks to John and some other people that the songs went further and other people discovered them. So let's hear it for John.
I'm here to tell you, Blaze's music stands for itself. Stands for itself. I got to record Blaze because I was his friend, and that's all there is to it.